Hey Weston, welcome to your recorded piano lesson. Today we're going to go over some how to find chords, how to make it a little bit easier because there's certain ways you can find chords that are harder than others, and I want to show you a way that makes it really easy. So this will help you find any chord on the piano, but it'll also help you find other stuff. So use this whenever you need to find a certain chord, and you can use this for when we're playing new songs, which is really important. So if you need to pause this, you can always do that. If you have questions, be sure to save them for when you're back in class with me. But with that, let's get into it. So to start, let's go over the basics of finding a major chord. Okay? To find a major chord, for example, a C major chord, you form it by doing, well, there's a few tricks, but here's one trick that might help a lot. The notes are C, E, and G. One other way we can remember that, C is the first note. If it's C chord, you're probably playing C first. We'll go over inversions after this. C, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. We go up 4 notes, black notes included, and that gets us to our second note, which is E. So C is our first note. Then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our second note. Now from that second note, we go up 1, 2, 3, and we're on our third note. So again, C is our first note. 1, 2, 3, 4. E is our second note. From E, we go up 1, 2, 3. And we have our 3 notes for a major chord. Okay, so for example, if we want to find a G major chord, we start with a G. We go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 3. 1, 2, 3. These are our 3 notes. This works for anything, even if it starts on a black note. So for example, if we start with a B flat, we got 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our second note. Then we go up 1, 2, 3. That's our third note. Let's do another one with black notes so that's a little easier to see. So we'll do F sharp. So we have F sharp's our first note. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our second note. Then we go up 1, 2, 3. That's our third note. So now you have our major. If we want to do minor, we flip the 2. So we do 3 first and then 4. So for example, C minor, start in C, then we go up 1, 2, 3. That's our second note. Then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our C minor. And this goes for anything else. So you switch. For major, you do 4 and then 3. For minor, you do 3 and then 4. Okay? So just practice that. Go over a few of these things. Pick a note. See if you can make something. For example, if you want to try something out, try to find an E major chord and find an E minor chord. And then try to do an E flat major chord, then do an E flat minor chord. So you're going to do 2 of those things. E major, E minor. E flat major, E flat minor, okay? 2 of those things just to see how it works. So that's finding chords using a simple number trick. 4 and then 3 for major, 3 and then 4 for minor. Okay, so we have that. That goes for both hands. You can do whatever note you find, you'll be able to find a chord. Now let's say you found the chord. Let's do a C major. You might have already know this, but it's good to go over these anyway. We have C, E, and G, but we can change that order. It'll still be a C chord even if I do C, E, and G. No matter what that order is, if it's a G, G, C, E, G, C, E, it's still a C chord because it uses these specific notes. Okay? These are called inversions. We call this the root position because C is the root note. If you're playing C major chord, C is the root note. If you're playing G major chord, G is the root note, so on and so forth. C, E, G. All right. Now, if I take this bottom note, which is C, and I relocate it, I move it above. So I'm no longer going to play it on the bottom. I'm going to play it on the top, but I keep these two notes here, the E and the G, right? So this is C major. I'm going to take the C, and I'm going to move it to here. Now I have these three notes instead. Still a C major chord, but the C is on the top this time. This is called first inversion, okay? So we have root, then we take the C and move it to the top. First inversion. We do the same thing. We keep the top two notes, and we move the bottom note, which is an E, to the top. This is called second inversion. Last one, we're going to take the bottom note, which is a G, and we're going to move it to the top. Now we're back to root position. So we have root, first, second, root. Root, second, first, root. Same thing goes for left hand. So left hand would be root, first inversion, second inversion, back to root. C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G. All the same notes. Every time you go up, I'm not changing the name of the note, I'm just changing where it's located, right? The C goes to the top, then the E goes to the top, then the G goes to the top, then the C goes to the top, and so on and so forth for that, okay? That's inversions. These are very helpful when you want to write, or if you are playing songs. Let's say you have a chord progression, right? Progression just means you're playing chords in an order, in a certain order. So if we have a progression of C, whenever I say just a chord like C, that means major. I don't need to say C major. So, but if I wanted to make it minor, I have to say C minor. So if I have C, then G, then A minor, then F. A very, very popular basic chord progression. C major, G major, so C, G, A minor, F, okay? C major, G, A minor, F. That's using all root position chords. Root, 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 because the root is C, G, A, F. But now, I don't want to move around that much, you know? Especially from this F all the way up to this C. It's a big jump. Let's see what I can do by making inversions. This will come with time. I don't expect these to come immediately, but I'm going to just show you why inversions are helpful. This is C root position. This is a G first inversion. It's really close to the C chord, right? So I can go from here to here instead of here to here. It's really nice. Here to here. So C to a G. Then from a G to an A minor. This is an A minor first inversion. Root first. It's really close again. Then from here, I'm going to go to an F. Wow, that was even closer. Just one note difference. A, C, E, A, C, E. Now it becomes F, F, A, C, right? So A minor, F, A minor, F. This is F second inversion. Root first, second. It's So that helps a lot when I want to do. And the goal is to find matching notes that will correlate or are shared between chords, right? So C chord and G chord, so C chord and G chord, G chord, C chord. The only note they share is G. So when you play from a C to a G, you have to change 2 notes, right? From a G to an A minor, they don't share any notes. So you have to switch all of them. From an A minor to an F, A minor, F, they share 2 notes. The A and the A and the C, right? Which is nice. That means that you don't have to change much. No matter what you do, you only need to change 1 note. Right? 1 note just gets changed there. So that's the basics of inverted chords, and as we go along, we can talk more about how to use them and how to better understand what they're doing. Go over this, review what I just did, slow it down, pause it, rewind if it doesn't make sense. This can be a little bit tricky, but as you understand it and see where it goes, it's just a pattern going up and down, different, the root first, second, right? So get that down first, and then you should be good. Okay, see you next time. Bye.